Narcissists take delight in other people's suffering and find power in their inadequacies. This is why they like destroying other people's life in order to further their own agendas. One personality type, the INFJ Sigma, is one whose life they can never damage. The lives of a Sigma INFJ cannot be ruined by narcissists for the following 10 reasons. 10. They hate following rules. Narcissists cannot control or influence those who live by their own rules, hence they can never damage the life of someone who doesn't follow their rules. Narcissists find it difficult to confuse and skew the thinking of the Sigma INFJ since they are that sort of person. Because Sigma INFJs won't allow someone to embed knowledge in their heads without their full awareness, they can scarcely affect them with their lifestyle and flawed attitude. So, narcissists find themselves standing at the door of the Sigma INFJ, contemplating all the ways they may get inside. Yet, little do narcissists realize that they are waiting for nothing. What would the narcissist then do since compliance is never in the Sigma's vocabulary? 9. They won't care if they fall short of people's unspoken expectations. Sigma INFJs would never allow anybody to set expectations on them without their agreement, not even their closest friends, family, and loved ones. Whether it concerns their businesses, relationships, education, or careers. The Sigma INFJ always forces themselves to investigate the source of their standards and expectations of themselves. They won't think twice to ignore them if they are from someone else. There is no room in the Sigma INFJ's head for the narcissist's demands, rules, manipulative efforts, deceitful words, and misleading deeds. With this degree of sharpness and self-awareness, how can someone like the narcissist infiltrate the Sigma's mind? Sigma INFJs are quick to identify these outside expectations, which prompts them to take the appropriate action to eradicate them, despite the fact that it may temporarily sway them. 8. Lone wolves exist. But how does the Sigma INFJ's resilience to narcissists relate to being a loner? Here's the problem, though. People's company is less likely to be enjoyable for Sigma INFJs, unless such individuals have a track record of dependability, maturity, and trustworthiness in their everyday encounters with a client. However, the Sigma INFJ will always be happy and content with themselves till that time. They don't dislike socializing. They simply believe that fun may be had without other people. This would make it less possible for the narcissist to seduce the other into entering their realm. Because the Sigma, in the first place, is never interested in investing in a social interaction right away. Once more, they require a set amount of time to determine whether a group of people's connection is worth being vulnerable with. What other advantages come from being a loner? 7. They forbid anyone from changing their character. Letting others determine who they are is the last thing a Sigma INFJ wants to do to themselves. Sigma INFJs are aware of their abilities and limitations. They are also aware of their positions and what they won't put up with. They are specialists on their talents and shortcomings, therefore they don't require other people's dissuasion to see their limitations. Additionally, they don't require the advice and consent of others in order to have the bravery and confidence to carry out their goals. No longer surprising that no one can mentally implant false self-descriptions. Therefore, Sigma INFJs would not be influenced no matter how much narcissists tried to undermine their self-perception, devalue their character, and belittle their accomplishments, because they are aware of their truths and lies. 6. They choose their own future. Controlling decisions and determining one's destiny is only one of the numerous ways narcissists may wreck someone's life. But the Sigma INFJ can easily make their own decisions because they don't tend to accept other people's reasoning. Sigma INFJs are unsuccessful in their own endeavors. They recognize that they are less constrained by their surroundings or society, and are in charge of their own fate. And while they maintain their commitment to self-accountability for their choices and deeds, they also reject any kind of outside influence on their judgment and way of thinking. With it, the narcissist is unable to harm the lives of these smart animals without first getting burnt. How can you get rid of someone who tries to tell you what to do? 5. They are aware of their own strength. Never can narcissists manipulate someone who doesn't require their approval. And being aware of one's own strength is one of a Sigma INFJ's best traits. It implies that they already possess the inner validation that everyone seeks and do not require outward confirmation. Few people have the courage to use their own power, since doing so would mean getting over their anxieties and feelings of inadequateness. At some time, most INFJs came to the realization that they are incredibly powerful and capable. Therefore, despite narcissists' repeated attempts to diminish them and diminish their sense of self-worth, INFJs would continue to be whole and complete, because they think that empowering the troop comes from inside. 4. They dislike remaining in familiar surroundings. People who can't picture their lives without their spouse are one of the reasons they continue in violent relationships. Their relationship finally gets so comfortable for them since it is so familiar to them. But this safe haven is also their battleground. They cannot develop or experience true pleasure in that comfortable environment until they have the courage to leave it. Sigma INFJs are unfamiliar with this technique. Therefore, they are able to effortlessly cut ties with people who no longer uplift their spirits or support their goals. They aren't scared to take chances if doing so would help them achieve their objective and become the person they want to be. What guidance can you provide those who struggle to leave their comfort zones? 3. They act ethically and consistently with their principles. While some like to surround themselves with others and put on a charming mask or present a certain identity to society, Sigma INFJs don't care who is watching, since they always stay loyal to themselves. When alone or with others, they behave the same way, uphold the same principles, and are the same person. By this point, it should be clear why narcissists cannot enter their lives and wreak havoc. When the INFJs are contemptuous of individuals who step beyond of their comfort zone, they will also continuously be disrespectful of those who have mistreated them both overtly and covertly. They are persistently forceful, not just with a select group of people but also with their elders and superiors. Sigma INFJs won't be afraid to confront narcissists who cross their paths if they make them feel violated and intimidated. No one can seduce and frighten the Sigma without their permission. 2. It's challenging to comprehend them. Although they may be charming and talented, narcissists lack understanding. They could give the impression of having good understanding and intellect. However, they are never able to reach the depths that Sigma INFJs can. Sigma INFJs are incredibly reserved and secretive, so you can never understand them if your senses aren't keen enough to pick up on their subtle messages. And because narcissists lack the level of comprehension necessary to interpret hidden meanings and decipher the mysteries of the Sigma. Additionally, they are unable to open the doors to their inner universe. From this point on, it becomes quite clear why narcissists are unable to turn Sigma INFJs into their codependents. What additional ways does being private shield you from narcissists' manipulation? 1. They have a great sense of self. Another strong INFJ quality that shields individuals from other influences is introspection. A Sigma INFJ focuses on themselves and how their actions affect their complete self, as opposed to those who project themselves outward for the world to see. They are conscious of their advantages while aggressively addressing their disadvantages. As a result, individuals frequently find themselves within their bubble contemplating what they might have done differently, or how they may improve their life rather than interacting with others or worrying about things that don't really important. These creatures can never feel at ease with someone other than themselves. Therefore, nobody, especially narcissists, can take control of their thoughts and consume their purposes. Have you ever interacted with narcissists as an INFJ Sigma? What emotions do they evoke in you?